Hello and welcome to the Philosophical Podcast. I'm your host today, Jordan, and I'm joined by Eamon,
Hello.
Lou,
Hello.
and Luca.
Hello.
And today we are, there's not a lot of news, but we'll be going over the latest news. We'll be going over what we've watched this week and a lot of the recent anime episodes, including God of High School, and we'll be having a long discussion at the end about the latest chapter of Attack on Titan and Attack on Titan maybe in general. But yeah, let's start off with the news. So, first thing I want to say, because as a Zelda fan, there was a new game announced which I was really surprised about. Age of Calamity, looks fucking amazing. I love the Warrior games, like the Muso games. Me and Emon play them quite a lot, frequently.
Yeah.
And
Love Muso games.
so to see another one come out is pretty hype, and the fact that it's set 100 years before we finally seeing the war that happened in Breath of the Wild that ruined the world.
Do you know what's funny? Someone, I can't remember who it was, but they actually legit predicted this. They were like, they should make a Breath of the Wild game on this, and legit it's actually happening. The thing is,
I saw that on
the actual Hyrule Warriors, that's quite a long game, especially the Switch edition, because they've added on, because some of the game modes they've added on, like the actual maps themselves.
Yeah.
So like they based off all the original Zelda games. But like it's like each little block is a separate level. But like I love the art style and everything is so cool. I can't wait to see how they do it for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, man, everyone's so hyped, and like I think that guy, like you say, where you got the prediction right, is such a good idea, because to do that war in like a Zelda game, you couldn't really do it in like a traditional Zelda game or even a Breath of the Wild. But to make it a Warriors game and tell that story is such a
well.
good
The thing
idea.
is, they were fighting a lot back in that day, so like
that's what I mean,
makes a lot of sense making
like in Breath of the Wild, you're not going around fighting wars. You're
I mean,
fighting, like,
we still,
enemies
and the thing is, we still have Breath of the Wild 2 coming out anyway, so
that's what I mean. Because everyone was saying like you say, like not that guy. I didn't see it talk about that game. But there was another guy who was talking about like, oh, imagine if we got a trilogy, that would be nice or something, or made a meme about it. And we actually are getting, in some ways, a trilogy. We're getting a prequel and 2 games. So no, I was pretty hyped about that. Alongside that as well, obviously the Mario announcement for its 30th anniversary.
Already pre-order that.
Oh, nice. No, it looks good. Like I saw people like complaining about the price, and I'm like, I think it's fair.
It's not that bad. Like, think of it like this: you're getting three games. Like, some people were annoyed that Galaxy 2 wasn't on it, but
I saw.
But I'm not too fussed. I just wanted Super Mario Sunshine, if I could be honest.
Yeah, and the thing is that people are always going to say stuff like that. Like, if Galaxy 2 was on there, but they sacrificed one of the other games, they're going to say, why wasn't that one?
Well, the thing is, they could still make it after, or like release as a separate edition. But this kind of gives you hope for, like, they did say they're going to start porting over GameCube games onto the Switch. And this is like the beginning. And I know they're going to do with, I think they're going to do with like some of the original Pikmin as well.
Yeah, I saw things about that.
I'm hoping for them to port over Pokemon Colosseum and Gale of XD. Like, I'd love to see that.
That would be sick, actually. I love a new Colosseum type game.
Something like that, yeah.
Did anyone else, right, actually, this just reminded me, did anyone else see that Prince of Persia remake?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
so trash, man. What the hell?
I never really played Prince of Persia, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I didn't, but I saw the screenshots and I was like, is this a remake? I was like, what?
Okay, is it that bad?
It's basically a remaster. It's like a PS2 game, like just upscaled.
But like, okay, I hate that.
Put it as remake, and I'm like, that's nowhere near. Like that's like the graphics are barely upgraded. Like some people even saying,
if you're gonna put on the PS4 something like that, you know, you want it to be a bit more revamped or put more effort into it at least. If you're gonna...
people were so hyped when the leak come out, and now it's just like everyone's just like, that is the most disappointing thing. And it's like, some people are even saying the PS2 one looks better because it kind of fits the style of it more.
Sometimes...
Now it's like.
Sometimes it's that thing where you upscale it, the screen, the resolution, it just doesn't suit it. It looks all stretched out and it's all like pixelated a bit. That's the issue with them.
Yeah.
That's why you need to have the game built native. If you don't build it native, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have pixelization and everything. No.
Well, like we said, we're not big fans of Prince of Persia or anything, but I can feel the disappointment from here just from going on the trailer. So I thought I'd mention it. But staying on the topic of games and stuff. Finally, the biggest wait. Finally, Xbox announced the price. We were waiting on whether PlayStation or Xbox would do it first.
Yeah.
Xbox Series X, isn't it? Yeah, Series X.
Yeah.
Or Series S, whatever.
Series X, but like it's well, but this is the small version.
Small version. Yeah. So that got announced for $250, right? $250.
Well, it's $300. Let's do dollars to make it more easier.
Yeah,
because
it's
$300.
But we're not sure whether that's going to be.
It's either £250 or £300. It depends on how they do it, because they've done that before with like the PlayStation and all that, but like it still stayed that same. They didn't convert it basically.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm a bit shocked by like how cheap it is, but I suppose I couldn't make it much more expensive just for some of the hardware and shit that's in it.
Yeah.
Like everyone I was watching was like predicting like 500 to 600. So for it to be like 450 is pretty good.
Okay, so I need to put this out there. For people out there, like, don't expect the PS5 digital edition to be as cheap as the small version of the new Xbox, because the hardware is still the same. The only thing that's different is that it doesn't have a disc drive or a Blu-ray drive. The hardware is still the same. Most likely, everyone's predicting it'll be like £100 or £50 cheaper, somewhere along those lines.
Yeah.
But
that makes sense.
But
it is interesting that the Xbox, the whole reason why they had to release it is because it actually got leaked. They weren't actually planning
they were planning on. I think they were meant to announce it yesterday officially. Like that was the date they wanted to do it. But
their hand was sort of forced. Yeah. They were probably waiting to see, just like Sony were. It's like a game of chess. They're both waiting to see who announces it first.
Well, now we know the one thing we know is obviously it's coming out in November. So I wonder whether PlayStation would do it during then.
It will be interesting to see, like, because I have a feeling that the PlayStation's going to come out and it's going to be more expensive, but then at the same time Xbox is known apparently to have better hardware.
No, so okay, so really I can explain the hardware. So it's not like that much further away from each other.
No.
But
I don't think the price is wrong.
I can tell you now, the price will probably be the same. In terms of, it'll probably be that 500 mark. I reckon it's going to be that, because
I'm predicting 500.
The only thing that's majorly different is that the SSD that the PlayStation's using will run at higher speeds compared to the Xbox, which will be a lot slow. Not super slow, but it's just the Xbox. They invest a bit more on like the CPU and all that, but it's not even that huge of a difference, honestly. And the other thing we have to point out with the cheaper version of the Series X is that it's only going to be 1440p. It won't have 4K native resolution, anything like that. So they have to like cut back. But in some ways, you get a better deal. Like we'll talk about it later on. They're doing a subscription based. They already do it on the Xbox One, where it's like you get the all game pass and all that. And this one you're actually getting the console as well. I don't know if you can get the Xbox One yet with that package too. I don't know. But so it's like they said, was it $25 for like the small? I think it's like $25 small one, and then $35 for the Series X, the normal edition. Right. But this is also factoring. It's a good move on them, but it's because the thing is, I can't ever see PlayStation or Sony ever doing it, because Sony technically don't need to do it because they're the leading competitors in the market.
So and they're getting so many like new games in it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the PlayStation exclusives are already going to be better. Yeah, that's what I said. Xbox has to do something. Like they said, they're going to give you like Halo and that with the Game Passes as well. So that's fair enough. You get something like that, but I don't know. The game exclusives on the PlayStation it just looks so much better. Yeah.
I was actually speaking to someone about the two consoles, and they were telling me that PlayStation is only going to be backwards compatible to PS4.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, that's already confirmed.
Whereas at Xbox, with the way their games are programmed and stuff like that, he was going into detail that apparently it would actually be backwards compatible to like maybe even the original Xbox.
It is. Well, it's kind of like what they did with the Xbox. Xbox One with the.
So they were saying that's something. That's something that might attract people because
that will attract like the solid fanboys for like the original games and stuff.
Will they not still have like how PlayStation have that you can like stream old games?
That is pretty much it. That is like the game. That is the Game Pass. That's what it is. I know. What do you call it? EA. They're doing their Game Pass with the deal as well.
So that's how again.
EA's is cheap as well.
It's cheap, but it's not. But the games are not that.
Not a lot.
Nah. It's not even like you're gonna get the new FIFA straight away and things like that.
That's
what it'll be.
But fair play to them. They're something different. But you have to remember with Game Pass. I think with Game Pass you can download the games as well. But again, the issue with the smaller version, the storage is like I think it's 512 gigs,
Yeah, it is. It's 512 gigs.
So
what really? 500 gigs?
Yeah.
That fucking barely holds my PS4.
That's what I'm saying. The PlayStation, the PS4 is like 500 gigs as default.
Yeah, and
you had to get like exactly.
Now,
And I think about this. This is new gen games. They're gonna be like 100.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like 100 gigs or something stupid for like the games.
To be honest, I watched Max's reaction to it, and he said that's where he thinks the massive price difference is in stuff to do with like
the hardware. It is the hardware. It is the hardware and the graphics.
He said it's not even. He said it's not even necessarily. Well, he was saying it's not even that bad. The grgraphics. He was like, that's still good graphics. It's
no,
just,
the graphics still gonna be good, but you won't.
Yeah. I suppose if I look at it logically, like what we were talking about before the podcast a little bit about like the Xbox ones, and we were saying about exclusives. And we were saying, well, the only one I'm really interested in personally, because I love Halo, right, but I'm kind of past the new ones and shit.
Yeah,
the only one I'm interested in is Fable. Now, I suppose if me as a consumer was like, I want to go buy an Xbox, but I've got a PS5, I would go for like the 250 one if I literally just wanted to play Fable on it.
You might only want to play 2 games, like.
And the other thing I want to put on, we talked about this sort of early on, but a lot of the new Xbox games will be available on PC anyway.
Yeah. It's rumored that even Fable will be on it, so it's just kind of like I'd rather play that PC.
But for some people who don't have PCs,
if you don't have a high-end PC,
it'll be cheaper for them to still buy the Xbox.
I feel like personally, obviously, I just feel like it's a better investment anyway, just to get a PC.
PC offers a lot more in terms of your work as well, like, especially for us, what we do here.
Yeah. So. Not to say
I have a PC. I have a PC, and I'll probably get the cheaper version of any console, to be honest, because I rarely play the console nowadays. So it's like,
yeah.
Would you do it with the digital though? For with me with the PlayStation 5, I'd rather have the games.
I'd rather have physical. I'm always going to be physical no matter what. Like,
because games digitally are always going to be more expensive.
Yeah. To be
fair,
it
depends. If they go on sale, it can be cheaper sometimes.
It can be.
There's a lot of sales.
Yeah, I thought that for so long, but I wouldn't say that now as much. But I know what you mean, like new games.
But when you want a new game, it's always 60 quid. Whereas if you want a new game, whereas if you want a new game, you might get it for 45, 50.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we have to also factor in that if you're going it digital, you have to fully download everything. Whereas from the disc, you can at least transfer some of the data.
To me, that's the only negative, because like if I want a new game, it's because I want it really badly. So like I'm not fussed about paying like a tenner extra, but the memory is an issue.
Storage.
My biggest thing for the next gen and getting a disc one rather than a thing one is because of the reverse compatibility to PS4. If it takes discs, then I've got so many PS4 discs that I'd rather just have the disc one. So
See, like, also, another thing pointing out with Sony is that in terms of reverse compatibility, they're going to promote a lot more to PlayStation now, because obviously they have the digital games for PS1, PS2, and PS3.
It's just so expensive, isn't it? It's just...
I mean, sometimes it goes on, so, like, I got mine for, like, 35 quid for a year.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's just, I don't know whether I get, like... Because I'd love to, like, play...
Yeah, PlayStation Now, I've got that,
I'd love to get it just to play like some of my old games, and I feel like that'd be like I'll play them for a few hours and go away for like a couple of weeks and then maybe play like for another couple of hours.
Like I said, the only thing they need to do is kind of like, so right now you could download PS2 games and PS4 games, but you can't download the PS3 games. You have to stream them. That's the only issue I have right now.
Right. Okay.
Whereas if you could download the games, that's fine, because then you won't have to deal with lag.
That's fair enough.
Half the time, even if you have a really good internet connection, you're funny enough, it works better on my PC than actually playing on my PlayStation.
Really?
PlayStation.
That's about.
But that's another. At least with the PlayStation now, you can also do that as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was really hoping for PS3 compatibility. My main reason being
I do agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because of that, and like there's decent games on there, which is like awkward to set up. Cause I've still got my PS3, but it's just awkward. Yeah, but also, I really want to play my Bleach Soul Resurrection. It'd be so much easier if I could have just done it on like PS5.
I want to go on that game and play it, but it's just so long to play.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and I don't want to, because I've got it like downstairs and that. Yeah. I don't want to be like having to set it all up just to do it, and then like I have to come on here to talk to you lot and everything. I'd rather just. So I can't really say
a lot of games, games are always getting like remade though. So I think eventually it'll catch up. Like,
Luca, are you confirming a new Bleach console game?
Yeah.
Is this what you're doing?
I think that's a little bit different.
This leads perfectly into the next segment because I mean,
that was Luca's way of moving the conversation on. Very slight.
I'm very smart boy.
Well, we're not moving it, are we?
because he's done it so well, I want to talk about something completely different now.
Moving on.
Shenmue got an anime. What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh god, don't even start. So Shenmue 1 and 2, everyone loved. Like, the thing is, with number three, yeah, what cost? Number 3, the animations and all that people like, but like some of the combat physics and all that, they were just awkward. Like
yeah.
The fact that the original creator came back after so long to make the game, but like it's kind of like they probably spent more of the budget like on the the sceneries and all that, but like the actual combat is really shit when you watch it.
Shit, that's sad. That's sad because I remember seeing so many people hyped.
It looks like I'm gonna be honest. It looks more like an indie game, or so like someone made it under itself. Instead of like it just.
To be fair, I remember when it got announced, people were hyped, but they were surprised by how soon the release date was.
Well, that's why they also were promoting the Shenmue 1 and 2 remasters, weren't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, shame.
Also, still on the subject of games, Killer and Drake got shown off for the new Pirate Warriors 4 DLC pack. And I just wanted to say, on the previous podcast, I said that most likely Killer's sword moves would be sword goes burr, and I can confirm with all thing is his full moveset is sword goes burr. All his special moves, everything is just him spinning that fucker. So
he's a human Beyblade. That's what we call it.
So I still stand.
Sexy though.
He's sexy. I kind of want to buy it. I want to get it for Drake mainly, but he does look sick. Drake looks sick just with his axes and stuff. And
you just want to be a dinosaur, don't lie.
I just want to be a fucking dinosaur.
You want to be? You know what you should call? You know what you need to call him? Reptile.
Reptile.
I need to call him Rex from Toy Story.
Toy Story. Oh, know his name. What is it? What is it? Oh, it's got my head now. When they release, because I think there's then 2 of them are part of DLC 2 because they announced the like the whole Big Mum pack, and there's another, I think 4 characters coming out. So that's quite a lot, like for something like that. So I'm thinking like if they release their like version of like the deluxe edition, that might be worth it. Depending on what the price is. Yeah. If they release like, because like they released the Switch one for Pirate Warriors 3 with everything on it. So if they done something like that, it might be interesting. Depends if they do any more seasons for it though. I don't know who's buying it though. Because I want to get it, but like I haven't gone right back to playing Pirate Warriors 4, so I would like to, but yeah, I probably will. And I was going to play it.
I got it like a little bit later than you two. Well, I got it like 2 or 3 days later than you two, and like I missed all like the multiplayer part of it. So
I would easily play it with you because like fucking I'll go back to that game whenever. That's why I like Pirate Warriors games. I can just pop it in and play, which is why I'll always buy them because I always get a time out.
The only thing for me was I was so surprised how short it was compared to number 3. I was like,
they had that. Like, well, yeah. I don't even know if it was necessarily shorter. It was just less grindy because you can. Go back and do the grind.
Okay. I'll rephrase it. They had less levels because technically Treasure Log on Pirate Warriors 3 there's a lot more to it than you think.
There's a lot more to it. There's a lot on there, I suppose. They
were longer. I mean, don't get me wrong. The levels are like the actual levels are bigger. They're a lot longer, but I don't know.
I definitely feel like they went in the right direction, like with Pirate Warriors 4. I know what you mean.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'd rather do a 30-hour plat than a 100-hour plat.
This is it. Like I feel like they're like, okay, we want a plat, but we don't want it to be as grindy. Then it was like so easy that it's like I'm pretty sure.
Well, mind you have to remember this came out just before Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Yeah.
So remake. Yeah, and Persona.
Remake.
Is Persona.
Persona came out a little bit later.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I thought it did.
I thought it would come around Persona because I remember obviously
it was before Persona. I think Pirate Warriors, then it was Persona, then it was Final Fantasy. But either way, they were very close. They're very close.
No, because there was that was between like March and April, and it was just going mad.
Glad to get us so much money.
But but that 1 week was literally Pirate Warriors, like just grinding that, like get that plat.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Have you played any Royal yet, Lou?
Yeah, have you actually? Yeah, that's true.
Actually, no,
that's fucking good.
This man also bought the Fantasy Magician as well. So.
Yes. How sick that thing is. Yes.
It is amazing. You still haven't played it. Like I could give you one of my copies now.
No, but now it's even worse. Now I have like so many other commitments. Like we do this. I have coaching. I have work. Like it's finding time and motivation to play games. When I can just sit down and watch something.
No, fair enough. What was it? Well, got Persona. Yeah, Persona 3 remake's still my game of the year, but like there's actually some decent games though this year. Now I think about it.
Well, if you're gonna talk about like again, we could go back to like the Shin Megami Tensei. Obviously, number 3 is getting the remake and all that stuff. And then obviously number 5 will be on the Switch, which is a interesting move by them. Like
exclusively, isn't it? Like,
yes, it's just exclusive. Everyone thought it would be across all the consoles, maybe, or just PlayStation or whatever. Like but. Fair enough, they're doing it on the Switch, but you can tell it won't be as graphic intense or anything like that.
So, no, that's what it went for. But I was surprised they had Unreal Engine as well. That makes me interested in like the next Persona title.
Yeah, because obviously it's got it's got the new Unreal Engine. It'll be interesting to see how they do it. It's gonna be more 3D. Everything's gonna be smooth.
It's mainly because they were talking about like changing a lot of it for Persona 6, like a lot of the
games. Yeah, they did say because like, they want. To be fair, I can kind of see why they're doing it because they want it to be really unique every game, don't they? Yeah,
because I don't even know how you follow up Persona 5, honestly. Like,
how do you top that game? That game was amazing. Like that game alone is literally my favorite game on PlayStation. Honestly, like it's just
it's just mad. Like and like the whole gameplay thing of it. There's so much stuff different from Persona 4, but at the same time that it all fit the Phantom Thieves. Aesthetic, so you can't really do some of that stuff in the next one, I'd think, unless it's Phantom Thieves again. But I
wonder. So my thing is, they may end up making it less linear.
Right. Obviously, so you think they're going to go down the open world?
Yeah, like the open world. I think they're going to make it more open world. Whereas obviously, traditionally,
that'd be mad.
It is linear. I mean, it's linear, but you do have some control where you could do throughout the day. But
It's like a novel almost, like a
like a visual novel.
You just kind of choose what you want to go through. Yeah.
But
that is true.
But open world, that'll be very interesting if they do that kind of approach.
Especially if they done like what I've done with this game. And they do it like what I've done with Wolverine, which is like a location, and you can fully like explore that area. Like how open world that would be. That'd be crazy. But who knows?
Either way, I'm still gonna get the Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah, definitely. That Persona has converted me. I want to try it out.
Yeah, now. It's funny though because for us, we played Persona. Shin Megami Tensei has been out for so long. Like I just never really.
Never went round to it.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah, and now it's like I've missed out so much.
I
wish I would.
It's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got off topic a bit there, but we can finally go back to the topic that Luca was trying to lead into before. So, Burn the Witch, like Bleach Flame, kind of Burn the Witch. Season 2 got leaked and then finally got announced today to be confirmed. So now we're getting seasonal manga, which is interesting. But we was already saying when it like we thought there's no way
we already said it in our review videos where it's like there's no way they can make it this short. Just this fight alone's not enough to finish in one chapter alone. Like unless they're gonna leave it. I guarantee they're gonna leave it on a cliffhanger. Like
I'm really wondering like because I haven't seen no spoilers for it or nothing. Now, to be fair, actually Bleach Twitter and that has been pretty good. There has been nothing. The only thing I saw was obviously the page where it got confirmed it was season 2, and I don't even know if that was part of the actual panel or if it was just like random panels they put in for the season 2.
I also want to point out the cover art for the Blu-ray looks amazing.
Yes,
I love that.
Have you seen that they got so with that limited edition like Blu-ray thing they're bringing out? They've also released like postcards.
Yeah, I've seen
illustrations.
I've seen that.
They look so much like the old Bleach ones they done, and they look so.
Yeah, because they had one like because is it the one where like like Ichigo or Hime, like Renji, Rukia, and then like those ones.
They had like Rukia with like this hat and like kind of like shoes or whatever, like these shoes.
Yeah, is that modern? Is that modern? So good. Yeah, like funky.
So good. I love them a lot. But. And then this one now, like, if you haven't seen the postcard designs, check them out. Well, if you're a Noel stan, you'll love it.
I was gonna say, all you need is you get Nini and Noel, like you get them together. That's all you need.
And obviously, the one thing I've seen as well is the cover page got shown fucking everywhere on Twitter, and because to be fair, it looks so good. Has all like the higher ups and it looks like, oh my god, like it's proper like tight Kubo sauce spread. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
And it has like, and it really. Oh,
have you even like registered? It's literally less than. It's like 3 weeks away.
I know.
It's like
I know,
it's mad.
I know.
It's mad.
I think it's crazy how we were talking about like what it feels like not long ago. We were talking about like Burner Witch starting, and now it's ending.
Now it's like
and we're getting the anime and everything.
Yeah.
It's like
the thing is, but then next season anime, we're gonna have so much to watch. Like honestly,
we are. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I still don't know if it's been confirmed if Burner Witch is coming out in one lot. Or if they're doing it weekly for the free episodes.
I'm still sticking by my prediction where they're gonna do like Haiku to just get all the episodes out in one go.
Oh yeah, I feel like that.
They could do it weekly, but I don't know. I don't see much point doing it weekly for 3 episodes.
I think you're right though, mainly because in Japan, it's not releasing as 3 episodes. It's releasing as a movie in cinema.
Then I reckon it will be at the same time.
Yeah. So
that is true though. Japan does this thing where they do actually show the whole thing, whereas everywhere else they always tend to like split it up into parts.
Split it into like.
Well, it's kind of like what they did with like okay, off topic, but you know when we're talking about the Digimon movies, like in Japan,
of course,
they made them solely separate, whereas the one in like the English version we had, they combined 3 things together.
Yeah,
so
it's like the opposite kind of thing, like the other way around. I get what you're saying.
Like we had like different versions. Yeah, so it's interesting they're doing it like this now.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm looking forward to it though. That reminds me though to confirm as well, because everyone was saying it was deconfirmed because it got taken off Shonen Jump's list. Everyone was confused because the Burner Witch manga was coming out, like have all these chapters in one volume, and then it got taken off their list for sale or whatever. For October 2nd, so everyone thought it got cancelled and all this shit.
No.
And then it got confirmed again that it is coming out on October 2nd, the same day as the anime coming out.
The reason why they took it out is because they didn't want the announcements to be that quick. Like
so much.
But yeah, I think it's because like especially they were waiting on the other Burn the Witch promotions as well. But then people will leak it out. This
is it.
Yeah.
They did really, but it was only a few days. But
it's not like the worst leak in the world, but I honestly I'm hyped for it.
I'm hyped. It's really good so far.
Yeah.
Like the pacing was like we were saying.
Yeah.
We were really hoping I was hoping it would be popular enough, and it looks like it was. I mean, another thing like. There's so much hype around it seems anyway, the way they're advertising it.
Yeah.
There's a pop-up shop in like it Shinjuku Marui or whatever.
Was
Yeah. And there's like pop-up
I'm just saying this now, Nini looks on fleek as well.
On the promotional bit.
Yeah.
Oh, so
really
good.
Really good.
So I can't believe I'm in a timeline where so much Kubo is going on. But also in the next Shonen Jump, there was like a news thing, and they basically spoke about like an updating about the 20th anniversary Bleach project with Burner Witch and everything. So obviously season 2 got announced. I don't think we have a date yet. No one's really said anything on Twitter, so I'm guessing we haven't got a date for it.
No, there's no date. Soon. There's no.
Yeah. For its return. But we did get an update on the exhibition they were holding. So there's going to be an exhibition. It's got confirmed for August 2021. So that's good.
In terms of like season 2 release or whatever of the manga, I reckon it will be next year. Like
I think it'll be next year.
I reckon they will push next year. But I hope if they do it, they make it a lot longer.
Make it longer. I hope this is just a test run, and then the next one.
Yeah,
will be
like
longer
it's like you said, they do this with animes in general though. Sometimes they do like the OVA episode, and then a year or 2 later they actually make the full series. They do that with a lot of animes.
It's quite rare for it to happen to a manga, but it does seem like it's that process.
I mean, like the last time for me, like top of my head, like when we watched Black Clover OVA, and then a year later they made the show, but it's only meant to be like 50 episodes, and now it's like 130 episodes in or whatever. Like
Kubo will have to do like a press release soon and like answer questions.
Yeah. He's only had like little bits in like the Shonen Jump comments and stuff. So.
We were talking about this earlier on as well. Like it was yesterday, I think. Oh no, was it yesterday? No, my day before, where we're talking about how he may need to get someone else to focus on that project.
Yeah, because, that's another thing. To be honest, I have more hope now that it's him because of the fact of like because we're waiting. It was if it got announced that he was doing it straight after if they were just going to make it weekly, I thought he might have to make the art. It's
literally following the same thing like Akira Toriyama's doing with Super. Like he's not the main guy, but he's still there. Same thing with Kishimoto when they were doing Samurai 8, but obviously that's cancelled.
I think Kubo will always he's not one to just leave it. Like he will supervise anything to do with Bleach. He supervised all the designs for the mobile game, Brave Souls. Yeah. He supervised everything to do with the novels, made sure it's all okay. He even made like a really nice comment about the guy, I think it was Narita, that made the novels, and he said like how he was interested in like how good he was, like how much he read into the story. Yeah, because he was like, I can't believe he actually caught on to that little plot point I added in the anime, and he's made like a story out of it. So I'm like, that's pretty sick. So I think we're gonna get that fucking. And speaking of that, actually, did get an anime kind of news, but all it said was that it's in progress and it's still in development, kind of thing. Like it's progressing well. But personally, I think this exhibition was meant to be at the beginning of 2021, right? I think the anime will get pushed back to 2022, if not very late 2021. Yeah. But I think a 2022 release date is more thing now, which I'm fine with, as long as it's good and stuff.
End of the day, also like you got Bleach next year anyway, so like they have to focus on that. Yeah. But like at least with Bleach, they don't have to worry about the manga being weekly anymore because that's already done. They can just focus on the animation. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I think if they put the Bleach anime off to 2022, but we're gonna get so many. Like we're gonna get so much Bleach. I feel like before, like anyone, if you ask any of you lot, I was so pessimistic about the anime before it got announced. I was like, it's never coming back. We're past it. Like I was hopeful for a few years, but I was like, nah, ain't happening. I made jokes about it and shit. Finally, it's come back, and now I'm so optimistic. Like before, even though like Squad Zero got voice actors and stuff for the mobile game, I was like, come on, it's been like 2 years since they got voice actors. There's no way that's like an anime announcement. But now since this, now I'm working out like, wait, can't Fear and World and novel characters are getting fully voice acted and shit. I'm like, so we might like for the next few years, like even after the anime's finished and stuff, we might be getting stuff Bleach related, you know. So for the next like 4 or 5 years, I'd say, not like a super long time. Probably.
You can't remind me. Speaking of novel, Ace Novel 2.
Ace Novel 2 is coming out September 15th, I think it is, or 18th.
It's next week, either way.
Next Thursday.
Yeah.
So, nice.
Be on the lookout, so hopefully we will get a review of that soon as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, what was I saying? No, yeah. So yeah, I think, like, I'm thinking like the novels could even be like put into like a film or something, or like a series of films and stuff. Like anything really. Like we could just be getting Bleach. We could be getting Bleach content for days. So I'm
Bleach live action for
Bleach. I would take a Bleach live action too. Like I would take anything. Like just to see Bleach thriving it's just incredible.
We the OVA of Rukia's
the wedding.
Novel.
Yep. That's what I mean. I'm wondering if we're gonna get that. I hope, you know what, all I want, right, even if it's, I don't even care about, like, per se yet, about an OVA for that. I just want it translated. I want, like, book form here, like, in English. Like, now that they've done Can't Fear and World and that, I really want to get the rest of them. Like, because there's so many interesting stuff. Like, when I looked at it, people were saying, oh, this novel's around Don Kanoji, and I was like, oh, that sounds pretty like banner or whatever. Like, you know, like,
it is Don Kanoji, yeah.
It tells you stories about the old Kenpachis and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm like, I want to see that. I'm like,
well, you're gonna hear about a certain person, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
So, I don't know, man. But I'm hoping with all this Bleach, I hope it continues to be successful. I'll try my best to, like, you know, support the series and stuff.
Put all your money into it.
I'll put all my money into it because I want it to be successful, right? And I want to get as much Bleach content over the next few years as it can. So far, it's done well, but we'll have to see if it like stretches out. Like obviously, in 3 years, if the anime's done and it didn't get a lot of attraction, then they won't do more. But fingers crossed. Anyway, that's my like rant for the day. Let's move on to the
for the day. Nah, you're just starting your rant. Don't lie to us.
I'm trying. Bleach is done.
You could have gone on for so much longer. I even have points that I could have said, but I bit my tongue.
I want to get into like the Burn the Witch thing, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for that.
Moving on.
But yeah, discussion part. We'll talk about what we watched this week.
Yeah,
so
I was
like
the reviews and all that. Yeah.
So, what was it? We watched God of High School. That was fucking mad.
God of High School.
I love that show, man.
No, wait, I didn't realize Kurom was in the anime. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like, cool.
that
that Nine-Tail thing just came out of nowhere. Honestly, that shit.
That was so crazy.
it seems that it's Korean, but it seems to all be Chinese mythology.
It is basically because you have to also remember
all of it.
You have to also remember with like Mira, she has Lubu's spirit. Like
As soon as I saw Lubu, I was like,
what?
Yeah,
I noticed
Chinese.
it was Lubu straight away the moment I saw the tassels. I was like, definitely him.
To be fair, Emon called that hard. Like he was like in the reaction video. That was mad.
But the reason why I was a bit confused with that one was because Lubu traditionally used spears, whereas she uses a sword. So that just threw me off. And then I showed Jordan the amazing yodeling clip. If any of you've seen that.
With, like,
from the anime, where he's just the man goes on massacre where he just creates like a sea of blood. And he's yodeling while he's doing this.
It was something else. I was like, what the hell is this show? But no,
I think Park is gonna unlock Jin's power next episode, and Jin will be like the monkey god.
He's gonna be soon.
A lot of references
soon Wukong
in the
Sun
show.
Wukong with the cloud. And Sun Wukong in mythology is very fast. That's the one thing.
Fair enough. I'm excited for that then.
Because Mira's always called him a monkey, and
no, it makes sense.
Because he calls her a gorilla or whatever. But
yeah,
there's a lot of references to it, and it seems like it's going to happen now.
Yeah, and even in like the first episode, there was like a massive like painting thing, and one of them was the Wukong guy, on the cloud. So I feel like you're right.
But do you know what's ironic though? He doesn't want that power though. He doesn't want a Churk.
He doesn't want the Churk, does he? No.
Because he's like it's not his own power, which he is right in that sense.
The thing about Wukong is that like I think his power is like copycat. Like he just Wukong's strength comes from his ability to mimic people. Because he's like a cheeky monkey.
What he did in the last episode.
Yeah, because you have to remember he used the black tortoise and he used the sword, the moon sword style.
Moon sword style. Yeah. I think that's what Wukong's power as a god is. I think he's like a copycat.
It's kind of like he's like the Joker in some ways. That's what it is. Like,
in some ways, yeah.
That would be so sick.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains why.
And he uses a like a little pole.
Yeah.
But I'm really wondering how Mira's gonna react to the fact that he used the Moonlight Style, because they had that whole episode where she got married to some guy.
Yeah.
To like. To carry it on and whatever, and now this guy, and now Jin has used it. It's like. How is she gonna react to that? You know.
I also want to go back to Han. We only saw a glimpse. It looked like it was like a reinforced armor or whatever from his chariot. We haven't even got to see it properly.
Well, he's like little.
Like the bubbles coming out, like the blue bubbles. Like To me, it looked like a reinforced armor.
I thought it was water at first.
I thought it was water, but I think it's just like some sort of like spirit arm or something. Like I don't know the way to describe it. But he clearly didn't show it on purpose. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's still hiding.
Yeah, you think he was like concealing it?
Yeah,
he was from Q.
Well, remember Q's one is the Joker, isn't he? So.
He had, even though he was on it for like a few minutes, last episode, he was fucking
he's just
mad
sick.
Again.
Whenever he moves, he's just sick.
And stuff. Like,
but I'm not gonna lie, the pacing on that episode was mad because we had so many things happening all at the same time. My God, like you had Park Moojin against the Nox guy, and then the other guy. I know the guy who had the hype squad, the drum squad.
Yeah.
Mr. Alki.
I love that.
That was mad. Like the guy was just he kind of reminded me of Archer a bit. Or Gilgamesh, like when he's chucking the weapons to the thing. He even had like a rocket launch and everything, fam. Like, what was that about? Like, that was good. And then Park was trying to stop the Nox sword, but they also summoned like they didn't summon something holy. They summoned some sort of giant demon thing.
I think this is literally like gods versus demons, except like.
They're trying to take down evil spirits. That's what it is. The Nox.
It's hard to say, but like because Park Moojin is a confusing guy. But I'm pretty confident at that point that he's a good guy.
I don't even know if I would say good guy. He's his own guy. Like he's his own. Yeah. He's doing his own whatever selfish things he wants to do. You know.
I'm still not adamant on Park Moojin, but I know what you mean because he's like against the Nox so far.
But I'm not fully. But the thing is, they can have different divisions in the Nox. You know, where they don't agree with each other. You never know.
Yeah.
True.
I think the biggest thing with me with Park Moon is because he has the cross.
The cross power.
That's such a religious thing. You know what I mean? Like, or was he once with the Nox and he abandoned them? You know what I mean? We don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we can look into. But yeah, that was a very good episode.
Is there 3 episodes left of that now? 2
episode 13, 12 or 13. I can't remember how many. I think it's 12 or 13 episodes. But yeah, either way, 2 or 3.
Last 3 episodes have been finale-esque, so God knows what they've got.
Well, now speaking of that, Deca-Dence. Deca-Dence.
Deca-Dence.
Yeah, we can feel it's coming to the end, but
that
was just a whole hell of like plot just moving so quick because like
like we like you say, like this could be like well you said it on the review as well, but like or the reaction, but this could be like a one series thing because you can see in the next few episodes it end in like it feels like it's getting to that conclusion point.
Exactly, you can tell, but like it's so I don't want to go over too much, but like this is kind of showing that the 2 worlds are in the same place.
They actually are in the same thing, even though it's just the company or the overarching thing
it's that bubble that's
manipulate people.
That's hiding the thing. And I mentioned in the reaction there's like another anime similar to that where like the real world was actually hidden from the students, whereas everything they faced were actual normal people they faced that were actually good guys, but in their head they were aliens they were fighting. And then they had these brain chips where once the brain chips malfunctioned, then the world went back to normal in their eyes. But the world is actually a shit show.
It's like the guys in Attack on Titan realizing that all the Titans are people.
To be honest, I said to Emil, I was like, "What is that anime? That sounds sick." And he was like, "It's
shit." Okay, the thing is with that anime, I forgot the name, but like the main protagonist is a shit main protagonist. The other side characters are so much better. They're so much better.
Mate. Sometimes side characters can carry it, but if the main character
but the thing is with that anime, the side characters actually had as much screen time as the main character. If anything, the main character kind of disappeared in between. So, so
the creator didn't even care about it.
No, and most people don't care about him. He's just a shit maker. But they had like these siblings that they had a better plot between them.
So I'm enjoying Deca-Dence because like there's no way of it getting spoiled. There's no way of knowing what's
exactly.
Coming next.
And we spent a lot of time making a lot of theories around that.
Around that, man.
Yeah, so be sure to give that.
It's a good discussion. Yeah. In the video we discuss it a lot. And there's a lot to talk about. I feel there's going to be even more to talk about in the next few episodes. Now that it's all kind of moving along.
But
check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, like there's a major plot twist at the end of the last episode, so that was very interesting. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, people can check it out. Literally. Well, I'm going to say shades and stab. That's it.
Man, boyed him. No, it was good.
Yeah.
Other
anime. We still got Rent a Girlfriend tonight. Ahiru Sora. Let me give you another update on that. Guess what? The momentum's gone back to the other team now. So it's fucking good. So okay, so it's quite funny.
Has the gap gone even further now, or is it?
The point gap kind of. Yeah, I think they're gonna lose, but like it's really weird. It's like 19 points, but I think it's just gonna go to the other team, the Yokohama team. So this time, this is quite funny though. So, one of the players Sora's facing, he's also quite short, and he was taught by Sora's mom as well. When she was like helping out, volunteering, working at another school, and what was it? He basically first try, getting a 3-pointer, he gets it in like. First shot, first try, he gets it in the hoop. Like man. Okay, and then what was fun though? He wasn't so for Yokohama. He wasn't even on the bench, but like he saw Sora was doing madness. Sora was really good. Like he's like building up the play, and then what he did was the guy. So like think of the balcony. Like so you know like you're in the PE hall, and there's a balcony above. The guy jumped off from the balcony in the middle of the match. And like went into centre court just to go up to the coach saying, "I want to play. Please let me play." And the coach is like, "There's 3 things you've done to piss me off, basically. First, telling me what to do, and it's like the other one's like you're injuring you like you could have harmed yourself just from falling off from the balcony." Funny enough, another guy, the other guy was inspired. He fell off the balcony, but he felt like he head on, like got clawed. I don't even know if he's gonna even play, but. Eventually, he did let him go on because everyone convinced him. Even Sora said, "Oh, come on, let him play," even though it's not an official match. But he wasn't even registered on the team.
Yeah.
But he's quite similar to Sora in the sense that he can do 3-pointers and all that. But he's like, he's also like Kuroko as well with the passing range.
Right. Okay.
He brings the best out of the whole team. All of a sudden, the momentum like shifted like completely. So like, it's gonna be. I don't know how much more back and forth they're gonna make it, but they're on the last quarter of this.
This is purely from the perspective of the fact that I haven't watched it, kind of thing. I'm more surprised at how long that match has gone on.
That match has gone.
The
thing is, that's what I say. It's not even an official match, but
no. They're getting whitewashed.
Yeah, but in the video I did say the whole point is for Sora's team. They don't have to actually win the game. The whole point is they need one of the teachers to represent them.
Right.
Because the original teacher that was representing them, like some shit went down. He's still on their side, but he can't represent them anymore.
Right. So it's still quite an important game.
Yeah. So essentially, so what happened was the club did get disbanded, and now they formed the club again as a new club. But this is why they need a teacher to look after the club as well. Or else it's going to get disbanded.
Prove themselves.
Exactly.
It makes sense though, because it's like each episode is like a quarter of the game, isn't it? So
well, some of them has been like 2 episodes for 1 quarter.
Oh, that's fucking crazy.
It's like Haikyuu season 3. Like that whole season was literally just 1 game. Yeah, it literally.
Was the final
I do reckon they will finish it. They'll finish off next week, but it has dragged on. But in terms of plot development for the characters, it is really good for them. Like even the minor characters you saw, like Yasu, Chucky, Nabe. Like I don't know if you still remember them. Like the other fodder characters. Even they're being useful now. Like they're starting to understand it more. Like
they have their roles in the team. And
they're starting to develop. Yasu's been the better one out of them 3. But
fair enough.
But yeah, I can't wait. I used to have watched Kai. Kai is my favourite one, but he's like the ace.
Yeah. That's where I got up to before I stopped watching it, which was Kai. But I want to go back and watch it.
He's a dick at the beginning, but there's a reason why he's a dick.
Yeah. But I saw his whole. I think I saw his backstory and everything.
Yeah, it's quite sad with that shit. But yeah,
I was watching it weekly at that point.
It's like your typical like shonen and all that, you know, like history has like tragic moments and all that. I'm trying to think what other animes or mangas. Well, mangas we don't have until the weekend.
Lie, I've been playing too much Tsubasa when I get back from work. So
you know what? To be fair, we did start watching the 2018 version of Tsubasa. We could talk about that as well.
Enjoy that so far. Enjoying
like
that so
they've
far.
done it really well with like the animation and all that. I because obviously I played the game, but like it's just weird looking at it, isn't it?
Yeah. My favorite thing so far, like you say, is how extra it is, and just like the like for me, I love fucking Wakabayashi and like Enzo, the
super great goalkeeper Wakabayashi.
And when he like walks into goal, and it's just like an aura around the box, I'm like, oh my god,
so
that's
like,
funny.
So the first thing we saw was so they're trying to fight for the pitch. So who has rights to the pitch? So there's like different clubs. So then what Wakabayashi did was he took on the best members from every club from the school.
Every sport club.
Yeah, every sports club. So like you had rugby, you had like tennis, you had a guy who chucked a javelin
straight at him, and he fucking caught it.
Yeah, he kicked it, didn't he? He kicked the javelin.
Oh yeah, he kicked the javelin.
He kicked the javelin, and then there's a baseball. Like he basically said, if one of you just score, I'll let you guys, you know. And these guys are a lot older than Wakabayashi as well, by the way. So
yeah. There's a bit I won't tell you because I don't think you got to that bit emailed right. But there's a bit coming up where they're playing that match. Yeah. And basically, when they're about to shoot, Tsubasa passes it to one of like the other players in the team and shoots at Wakabayashi. Yeah. And he doesn't even look. Yeah. And he's like, "You're disrespecting me." He's like, "You're the only one that can score agace me."
I can't wait for that. Yeah. Because in the game, they didn't have all that like
Yeah, because this bit you're watching is the bit that
this is when they're a lot younger. In the game, it's like they're in middle school. Yeah, right now. But yeah,
that's good.
It's very good. Ishizaki, he's such a shit stirrer. He's literally Krillin from He's literally Krillin. What Krillin was in the original Dragon Ball. Literally, he literally is the same guy, pretty much.
He makes me laugh, man. But yeah, you're right. Like he's gutsy, but kind of dumb at times. Like
kind of, mate. The guy was like, he could even like touch the ball. Like,
yeah,
and like he's gonna be the captain. Oh boy.
Yeah. Bitch, that's not the name of the show. Isn't Captain? He's
Exactly. Yeah.
No, he is funny though. But
very
good,
very good.
And all that. So
yeah.
But no, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the game. A lot of hype around Tsubasa with like as Elon is modelling today. The Captain Tsubasa collaboration in the UK. Oh, there we go. With Adidas.
Adidas. Yeah.
And then also, what was it? And Uniqlo has all the clothes. So the game has brought up some popularity.
Yeah. If you're a baller, you can buy this pro ball for like 110 quid.
A Tsubasa ball for 120. Okay, no. I'm surprised, like, because to be honest, I can't say nothing because it got me into it. Like, I would have never watched Tsubasa before. Like, I didn't really have much interest in it.
I think the game the game helped, didn't it? Like, for us because
I'll read it and get a bit of like a general gist of the story, and then I end up reading all the way. At the moment, I'm like end of the middle school arc.
Yeah.
So.
Do you know what kind of helps though? This is like the in between before Haikyuu season, like the next season of Haikyuu comes out.
Yes.
So like,
yes.
it kind of helps, doesn't it? Having that in between sports anime.
Yeah. And it hasn't been because like Haikyuu and like all the Kuroko and stuff. We haven't had like sport anime for ages, so maybe that's why it's kind of filling.
But it kind of like makes me want to watch the other, because I've watched quite a few, but I still do want to go back and watch like Slam Dunk and Shield. Like they're the two.
Yeah, I love that. Whenever someone posts a panel of like Inoue, the Slam Dunk guy, I really want to read some Slam Dunk
because they say a lot of the people. To be fair, most people said that the manga's a lot better because the anime drags out some of the matches.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Like even Gigok in that lot, I think it was their lot.
Yeah, but Tsubasa, the original one, got things for that as well. To be fair, I think that's another reason why they made the 2018 version, because that still drags a bit, but it's like more.
And animation's more modern. It's not too. Yeah, it's not too bad.
And I think like, to be fair, it doesn't cover the whole of. It only covers up to the middle school. But it's only 50 episodes, and I think the middle school must be about like 80 episodes of the original anime or something like that. So it does shorten.
Well, they go up to they do go up to the World Cup, don't they? Like or the under 16s or whatever World Cup or whatever.
Yeah, the original Tsubasa does, but people got annoyed because 2018 version doesn't, which is kind of sad.
Does it not? Because I saw clips where it looked like they showed like the German teams and all that.
Oh, I don't know then, because I know like the opening for it teases it.
Okay.
But people I saw online were like begging for it to come back with that series.
Okay, well either way, we'll find out, I guess.
We'll find out. We'll update you when we get there.
Yeah, exactly. I do want to watch. I do want to see the German team, especially. Yeah. With Schneider.
Yeah, I do. Schneider. Fucking Heine.
Shots. And the guy with the tooth, and the guy with the toothpick.
What was the keeper's name? Muller.
Yeah. Detour Muller. Okay, so let me quickly explain his backstory. So this guy grew up on a mountain area. His sensei, his masters all around the area. So it was the German national team. I don't know what do you know? Was it the main team? Or was it just one of the older teams? I don't know who it was.
So apparently, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it was like the main
team,
but I have a feeling it was like Schneider and that lot. Yeah, I feel like it was like the youth German team went up to like their local to that village.
They're doing a tour basically of Germany.
Yeah.
But so basically on that day when Müller went on goal, no one scored, and they were actually trying. And then it was funny,
like a non-league team.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, but this is like a very young Müller as well. And the funny thing was, they gave him a contract straight away, but he just declined it because he didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave his home.
The mountains.
Yeah, and even in the World Cup tournament, he joined really late as well, but he got permission eventually. But the man is very broken. That's what I need to say.
Yeah, he's so dumb in that game. Honest to God,
he's a unit.
He has made me have to make like so many fucking tactics and shit for that game because he's just impossible to get past. But but no, and also like I got a cutscene the other day. Apparently the reason he's special is like stopping the boulder. Is because he can actually break boulders.
So because it's part of his training in the mountains.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. I'm like, how does
he treats it like meteor smash, like smashing up a meteor.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
Oh man, it's a good series though. I'm enjoying it. I didn't expect to enjoy it. I thought it was just gonna be like a silly game I'd play in that and like silly kind of like just a bit of fun. But it's been a pretty fun series actually. Anyway, talked writing about that for long enough.
Yes.
Right. Well, if there's nothing else anyone's watched or wants to bring up, then
I recall up with Seraph.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're on chapter, I think, 94.
Right.
Which doesn't feel like a lot, considering I feel like it's been out for ages. But
yeah, but are they like longer chapters though?
Yeah,
like
it's
monthly.
They're
like Attack on Titan.
37.
Yeah.
37 pages usually, 33 to 37.
Yes.
So
it's like still pretty long.
That's like your typical monthly, yeah.
Yeah. It's taken like another like twist. It's constantly taking twists, and I'm just like,
are you enjoying the twists?
I'm like, no, but it's like, where is it going?
Yeah.
I don't.
Are you a bit lost now?
Yeah, like I am lost because I feel like it's always changing. I don't know whether it's too many twists.
Right. Okay. So you don't know what. You don't. Why am I? What's happening now? Why am I reading this? Do you still know what the end goal is though? Like, is the arc still got like an end goal kind of thing?
Well, yeah, I know what they want. Like, their goal has always been to bring everyone back.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like constantly things that are changing within the world, and there's so many like different factions, and you don't know who's actually doing it to help and who's got their own agendas. It's like there's so many players in it now.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's really it is interesting, but it's hard. It just gets a bit confusing now.
Do you think like the quality of it's dipped at all, or is it like are you less interested in say other bits so far like that you've been in, or are you more intrigued now because it's plot twists kind of thing? Like, is this the most
plot twists have been happening since like last year.
Right, so like
constantly like there's
so.
there's been like constant twists and plot twists.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, I'm like, okay, so recently now Yoshiro has a new goal.
Right.
Like,
okay.
Oh, okay. So this is another thing he's adding onto the list of other things that he wants to do.
Yeah.
And then like, there's characters that I like, and I'm like, I shouldn't like them because really they're just an arsehole.
Yeah.
And
but they're the most interesting one at the moment.
Yeah, it's true. That character is still probably one of the most interesting characters. That's why I like him, even though he's basically like Gopher.
Oh,
he's
right.
Just slowing the whole process down.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, it's just like he done the same thing again, and they were like, he won't do it again, and they're like,
and he done it again.
And now it's worse, He's done worse things, and the thing is that it's not even like I'm not even that fond. I don't mind Yoshiro as a main character, but he's like the typical like everyone that's my friend. They'll never harm me. Like I love everyone that's like.
So he's gullible.
He's in the family. Yeah, he's just like he's so close to these people.
Learn.
He's like the stupidity levels are just like.
You want to punch the screen.
Yeah, like which you do see from the other characters because they're like, how can you trust him? Or how can you trust these people?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting.
Sounds annoying. But
it is a little bit. It is a little bit, especially when it comes out monthly.
Yeah.
And you're like,
why have you done this?
Yeah, like why have you put another twist in now?
I
thought the twists were done. And I thought it was heading in a straight line, and then you just like veered again. And then like, oh, okay, we'll have 2 chapters, and then you'll throw another twist in, and it's just like, let's have like at least like 4 or 5 chapters of nothing, twists. No, just let the plot ride for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I started reading that other manga, which I enjoyed. I really like the art for it. It's like a lot more like graphic and gory. The Japanese name is like Jigokuraku or something.
Yeah, Jigokuraku.
Yeah,
I saw people post it on Twitter.
Yeah, Kuraku or whatever his name is. It's interesting, like considering I just mainly found it because I was like, oh, that looked cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the main character. I like the way that the guy wrote it to start with, because you think like, oh, it's because he always says how he's lonely and he's got no one, but it's actually the complete opposite. And the reason why he done this stuff is because of something. It's the complete opposite of that, and it made him a lot more, attachable, like a reader to actually like gain any attachment to him.
Made it more unique. And made him more like.
But yeah, he's pretty sick. Like he's fighting people with like both his hands cuffed, and it's like, whoa, like
shit. Yeah. Fair play. Some of the panels do look sick for that. I've seen it on Twitter, so you showed me a few, and I'm like, yeah, it does look pretty raw. How many volumes did you buy? Like just the one or the two?
He basically, I just bought the one to see what it was like at the minute. To see what it was like. I really like it. I'm gonna be getting the next one because it's just interesting. Like because he's a ninja, he fights with like all like is it ninjutsu? Is that what the word is?
Ninjutsu,
well,
like he can like summon like fire and stuff. Yeah, like magic and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's also sick at like hand-to-hand combat and everything.
Taijutsu.
He's not just one-dimensional.
No,
he's the strongest ninja ever.
Oh really? Oh, that's the story. Like he is like put with that title.
He is like the GOAT of ninjas. He is the GOAT of ninjas, and he came from a village of ninjas.
Right. So
like that's what his like. There's another family, the woman character in it. She's got an interesting story. She's basically all of her family. They're all executioners.
Right.
So they're samurais, but they're all like trained executioners, and she's like really, really strong as well. And it's an interesting like. It just seems interesting. Like I feel like I don't say it might have cut out. Did I cut out?
No.
No,
Did
you're
I cut
good.
out?
No,
okay. No, I just think it has like an interesting beginning part of a story. Yeah, but it's like what I said to you lot. It's like what I said to you lot in the group chat. Anything I touch gets cancelled. So
I think that's got a fair. To be fair.
No. To be fair, I think it's got like maybe like 7 or 8 volumes.
Yeah, so it's got.
It's on its 7th volume comes out in March. So it doesn't come out till next year. So it's got 6. So yeah, like oh no, wait, how is it? It hasn't even got 6. I lied. I lied. It's actually only got 3.
Okay. So it's newer than I thought then.
The fourth one comes out on September the 15th.
Right. Is that in England? English?
Yeah, in English. Yeah.
So Japan might have.
Oh no! I lied again. It says October 1st. My bad. It comes out on the Kindle on September.
This man and his
lies. I can't even read.
It's getting cancelled on September 15th.
15th.
But yeah, like it was just like that. I basically saw on the Shonen Jump like official YouTube, and they were doing a promo for it. No, just on the YouTube, and they were doing like a promo for it where they're like. You know they do like a slideshow of like the panels and stuff.
Yeah, no,
I just saw it on that. Yeah, and I mean that's the whole point of that trailer is to get people to read it, and it got me to read it.
I love the fact Japan has PVs for their volume releases and stuff.
Yeah, no, but it's like it was literally just from promoting the manga.
Yeah, promoting the manga.
Yeah, and I was like, do you know what? Yeah, let me give it a read. It's still
give it a check out. Sounds good.
I would recommend it.
Yeah.
It's a Shonen Plus as well, so it's like adult.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Adult Swim.
Adult Swim, boys.
Yeah, Adult Swim.
What was it?
The Rick and Morty crossover is gonna be crazy.
Rick and Morty crossover done.
I just want another Purge episode.
Just want another. Yeah, add that ninja guy in. Sorted. Oh man.
That'd be
Right, should we move on to the final segment?
I can tell Luca's like
Luca's like, for fuck's sake, can these 3 just shut up for once?
Attack on Titan. I was about to be nice and ask Luca, but Luca wants to move on, so.
Alright, we're moving on.
I haven't got anything to say because my brain is fried after binge reading Bleach, so we move on.
We could give it to Lou if he wants to do the, honourable mention.
Chapter. Oh man.
Chapter was trash.
Okay. Good addition. Right. Okay. So before we go on, let's just say spoilers.
Of course. Chapter 1, 3, 2.
If you don't, if you're anime only, do not listen to this part of the podcast.
Yep.
And then
trust me, you do not want to know this.
once you've listened to this, then go back to our last podcast where we did the tier list and write the nastiest comments directed at Emon and Luca. Why?
I don't know.
I don't get why I'm getting so much hate for just putting her on A rank. Is still a good rank. It's not. I'm not calling her trash, but she's not my S rank. That's what it is.
Alright, let's get back. Just
Yeah.
remember what I said. Leave.
No, I'm not going back. You called me out.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't say shit. So right.
For fuck's sake, Luca, you're supposed to be keeping cool. You gotta keep this structure.
No, man's called us out. I think.
Yeah, you can't just censor us and then expect nothing back.
Opinions. Some of you were wrong.
I don't even think A rank, but A rank is not even a bad rank. It's not.
It is when the person's a queen. All right, so let's move on.
But that's in your eyes, though. That's fine.
No, it's not just in my
sure...
eyes. Jordan.
Huh?
It's not just in my eyes.
Okay, Jordan, but.
No, Andre is ST. Yeah, like a lot of.
Yeah, but we know Jordan's favourite one is Annie, though. So you know.
I'm pretty sure we'll get into Annie.
Well, Sasha as well, but I'm talking about current events right now.
I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure I said.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I said that Hanji could go S tier as long as you put Mikasa in S tier as well, and that was voted
That's not
no.
Factual.
So. It is what it is, man. I like them both equally.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Yeah.
I'm saving my argumentative spirit.
I can't
later on.
I
think I'm gonna need it for Luca. So let's go.
Yeah.
For me,
right.
As you've supported me, Jordan, I'll support you.
For me, well, if anything ever happens to friggin' Levi, that's the end of it for me. Like I'm just dropping it there. Just like the moment, you know, I'm not saying, it's obvious something's gonna happen to him. There's no way nothing's gonna happen. What I'm saying is, when that happens, I'm gonna drop the manga and be like, I'm done.
Before we get there, I just wanted to maybe point out. Let's go through the chapter accordingly.
Okay,
so we'll start at the top, where basically Gabby and Falco, inform us that Eren at this point has leveled most of the Malayan continent.
Yeah.
So that army of colossal titans pretty much just stomped on everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's
and I don't know if it's meant to sound like this because it's a really horrible thing to say, but the way I looked at that part was kind of like, if they stop Eren, is someone gonna be like, well, you know what, our populations are about level now, so let's just call it fairs.
It's okay, we can always breed again. that's what you're saying.
I get what you're saying, actually. Like, that could be like the conclusion is like they all went on one island anyway because everything's fucked.
Ultimately, that is what's gonna have to happen now. Anyway, like
they did actually say that there's only one part. There's one specific part of Mali that he's heading to now. There's one.
Yeah, he's going to an aircraft bunker. Because that was part of the original plan that Yelena told us about. Like, he was meant to only do a partial rumbling, which,
and now he's
to be honest, I thought he was going to do anyway. But clearly not.
Man lied.
King does what you
want. He lied. Well, I mean, whoever's in his head lied, so I don't know.
Living rent free.
Agenda because he ain't ready for the fact when Eren actually knows that he's killed everyone.
That's true.
I don't think he does.
I think at this point, Eren's just thrown away.
He's in his dream world.
He's thrown away all emotions. He's just like, man.
Yeah.
But then we have all like we go away from all of that sadness, and we have some nice like wholesome moments between Annie and some of the guys.
Annie and Mikasa, like that one. I love that.
I love that so much.
I want to know what happened.
No, what is it? When they're chatting and like Annie's talking, and she's just like. She's clearly looking at Armin and stuff when she's talking.
With Mikasa's her facial reaction, you rarely get much facial reaction other than like if it's to do with like Eren with Mikasa.
And her shocked face is just like because she works out of her head because Annie's blushing and all that. And I was like, that's so wholesome. Oh my god, I need it.
I think one of the other.
It's just like the top two girls from the cadets talking about their boy crushes. That's all it is. It's a nice innocent moment.
It's actually true. It's actually true.
Wait, hold on a sec, Luca. Don't think that I didn't just hear what you said and Jordan just breezed over it. But
what?
When he said the top two girls from the cadets,
They are the top 2 girls from the get.
Yeah.
They were the top 2 girls.
Yeah. Like in terms of
we get what you're talking about. You're talking about like best girl.
That's why I said from the cadets.
I was like,
Lucas, Andrew isn't a cadet, right?
No, but he's talking about Sasha.
Moving on.
I'm telling you now, Lou's trying to start some shit with beef with all of us tonight.
Honestly,
he's just like
he's making stuff up in his head.
I'm emotionally unstable. Well, Aaron does that anyway, so yeah, I'm emotionally unstable.
he's in your ear right now, like, mention best girl. How got it?
I was going to say the other wholesome bit was when they're talking about when Annie says, "Where's your scarf?"
Yeah, the fact that she actually remembered that stuff.
I'm wondering if Erin is gonna clock that, and that's
do you know what I was gonna mention? I feel that could be the trigger to get him to remember.
Because I think with Erin, because like their relationship is spoken about a lot. Like a lot of there's like a large part of the fan base that doesn't think Erin's feelings are reciprocated. But I think what that scarf symbolises for Erin is like a moment in time when he was like strong and not like fodder. You know? Whereas when they started growing up together, like he was always weaker than her, and I think he always wanted to be able to protect her and it not be the other way around. Like that's the way
I also want to put it. I also want to put it out like that was a time when he's more humane, if anything. You know what I mean? Like more innocent time, or to a degree. More innocent times, but
I think
kill 2 people.
No, but that was out of self-defense though. That was different. Though.
Post season 3, like because I started reading the manga after season 3.
Yeah.
And I feel like post season 3, it's mostly been Erin who has forwarded those feelings as opposed to Mikasa.
No, I agree.
Like,
I think
it's sort of flipped.
Yeah.
I agree. Like people like ask like the same thing you were saying. Even after the finale of series 2, was it or 3 part 1, where he does the control thing protects.
Yeah.
The
fist bump.
Even after even after that, people were like saying, "Well, I don't know if that means the feelings are like reciprocated and all that," but I think it's that chapter in it where he straight up asks her. Like, what are your feelings towards me? Like him fully like blushing and shit. Like,
there's the other one as well when they're on the wagon with all the crew, and he's like, "I'm gonna protect you all," and then he like looks at Mikasa and he starts blushing again. And I think even more so now that we know what was going through his head when he was in Mali, and the fact that he still went up to Mikasa and asked her that basically shows that like. You know, we were saying though, if she had said yes, it could have been even worse because he's still even with her saying no, he's still leveled out the fucking world. So it's going to be interesting to see how he reacts to that if he's even aware of it.
I mean, it's based on how this series is going to go. I wouldn't be surprised if he just stomps on her anyway.
Potentially.
Wow, this fucking boy.
This guy. We just want to put a disclaimer out. He's on a depression period right now.
No, wait, hold on a sec. But what you lot don't know is that all the way today, everyone was saying like this series is not going to end nicely. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
well,
I'm
even
like,
said to me at the exhibition.
That is a chance. He might just be like, oh well. I don't care.
I don't think he'll do that for Mikasa and Armin. But
I mean, I've said today that I think everyone's going to die, but I don't think that's how it's going to happen, Lou.
No.
I mean, you never know.
I made the thing earlier. I was saying like, well, Mikasa took the scarf off. She's like, I don't need that boy now. She's just gonna go straight for that boy's neck. She's fucking had enough.
That's more likely.
All right. Moving back to the plot.
Moving back to the plot. After
they
that,
make preparations.
They make preparations. So like, Yelena is bitching that Zeke's plan was the plan that should have been carried forward.
You should have euthanized everyone. You know, don't keep the breeder.
And like just
even Hanjay
that bit
kind of agrees.
Yeah,
like,
she did.
In terms of like,
that's what made that part so much more annoying. Because when you get to the end and you see what happens, and then you go back to that part, it's like you put a downer on everyone's like. I know it's like a bad situation, but like.
Yeah.
You made everyone question themselves.
So I was just before doing it.
Yeah.
If anything, if anything, maybe like the sacrifice is kind of like what motivates him again after like finding that out. Because it's like what she said like about the whole Eren thing is like there is no hope in their plan they've got in terms of like afterwards, whereas that plan did have like a plan afterwards. Like the world could have gone on.
But like for me, the way I look at it is like, why should they like be robbed of like having, you know, a future? You know, that's why I always disagreed with the Zeke plan.
I think Eren's in your ear right now, honestly.
Probably.
He's saying stop acting like such a Grisha.
You're saying like 1% of the world will suffer for 99% to have a future.
No, but it's like it doesn't have to be like that. If
I
they
agree
can
with it.
stop it. If they can stop it.
We know that 1%, so that's the only percent we care about. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right, there you go.
Cool. I'm just trying to be
why he's king. That's why he's king.
Oh dear.
But you know, it's like, you know, war is war, and you know they have to make peace. Like that's what this is about. It's about the longevity of humanity. This whole series, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have to come to terms with it, because I saw an interesting opinion the other day that it was Isayama's way of like summarizing like World War II and how like Japan wanted the world to forgive them for like siding with the Nazis.
Right. Okay.
Like, and that's what this series is meant to like.
Well, it does portray it very well, because obviously there's a lot of Nazi themes and all that with some of the Marlies and all that stuff. Like you can actually see the dictatorship. There's more dictatorship on that side of things. Like that's like the Hitler thing, isn't it? Like with all that stuff. Whereas,
I have to read about that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, the point is like no one really like holds anything against Japan nowadays, and I think that's what he's trying to do with Eldir and Marley.
Marley.
You know?
Just saying this now, without Japan, we would have not become weebs.
Exactly.
We wouldn't be here.
We would have been basic bitches. That's what we'd be.
Oh man. No.
But moving on to the next point.
Yeah. This is where you get cucked.
Well, yeah, right, okay, so Reiner and Annie have a nice cute moment.
Oh
first.
Yeah, the hug, yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. You know, when Reiner apologises.
How many times
behind?
Yeah, but how many times like she wanted to kill them as well? It's just there's like big hug.
Yes, I wanted you dead. Big hug.
But I think it's like good that she's like leaving with like Gabby and Falco, because like she's kind of like
sense.
the best person to like teach people about the past, because she sympathises with both sides.
Both sides. Yeah. I agree with that.
I think the biggest thing for me was this is like the best moment for Annie in terms of her. She's showing more of her feelings, her actual true personal her personality. You can see more of her now.
She doesn't want to fight.
Yeah, she never wanted to fight in the first place. Yeah.
No, it was all because of like her dad forcing her to like kind of train and be a warrior. So she's always had that mindset, and then right at the end, he completely regretted it because he found out about the life expectancy.
Yeah, exactly.
So then she got confused. Then she got sent to
exactly because the curse, like I said, the curse of Ymir is very short lifespan. So, and if anything now, it's even shorter now. Like like they're gonna die. Like it's in a horrible way. They were gonna die either way. Like
I was standing the Armin Annie stand, and now I am standing even harder.
Yeah,
because
I do want to. But
I can't see both from surviving though.
No.
Well, no. It's just we didn't get that moment we wanted. You know, like the final push. You know what I mean? Like,
when they were looking at each other, when they were just like leaving.
I feel like he should have done like a proper farewell with her. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they both regretted it. They both regretted not like saying or doing anything.
Yeah,
like in terms
or
of
revealing their feelings for each other. Yeah, like they didn't.
No, stop. I need to.
That is so peak.
A wise man once said that there's no. What was it?
So you can't do this if you don't know
the. What was it he said? What was he saying? What was he saying? No,
I don't know what quote you're trying to do.
Any of the endings that we want for characters, they're not going to happen.
Oh no! That's what I mean. It never happens a happy way you want it to. You know?
Yeah, no. Armin is dying, boys. Annie might survive, but Armin's dead. Yeah. That's how that is.
I think, like I said, everyone that's going to Eren, they're going to die. Like as in a like.
You're probably right.
Like, I don't want to say it, but it's happening, my dudes.
It's happening, my guys. We gotta accept the
So
losses
you think
now.
that Annie, Gabby, and Falco are the only three?
Falco.
I can see them being able to surviving, which I'm kind of guyed about.
Yeah, but Andy's not going to
it's
survive very long
crucial.
after. Like,
No, yeah.
It's kind of crucial that
I
Gabby
think Gabby's going to
survives
turn up.
because-
No, she's just going to die. Hopefully, that's just.
No,
look,
but then if
we all
Gabby
can't stand
dies,
Gabby,
then,
but the
like,
way they
Sasha's-
made... yeah, well, we don't need to
If
speak
Gabby
about that.
dies, Sasha's death is for nothing. Gabby can't die.
Her death was.
And that it will annoy me more if
death was for nothing
Gabby
anyway.
dies.
I think
No,
Jordan's in a
because
position where
Gabby
he's like,
then-
just fuck her, just get rid of
Oh,
her.
no,
Like,
Gabby, Gabby then went on to meet Sasha's family, and she had that big moment
And
where
then-
she realised the
Yeah,
Eldians
but-
aren't devils.
But
You
but
know?
yeah,
but
but it's
Luca,
too late, you killed
imagine
someone.
if imagine if Gabby was never in the whole thing.
Serious.
Imagine that.
Yeah,
Imagine that.
I get that. So then you should support Erin's like massacre of the world. Like,
I know.
I
I
get
do.
it.
You already know.
I get it.
We
Wait,
all know.
one,
we
Yeah, I get
wait,
it.
one life compared to...
I'm personally of the feeling that
dear.
Gabby did not have to kill Sasha to realise that. That's how
No,
I
yeah.
feel.
No,
about
that's
it.
very evident.
But
That's-
from
yeah.
from a storytelling perspective, I understand Gabby's role in the story, and I think she has to survive. She can't.
Like it's,
can't die.
Yeah.
it creates
No, I
controversy.
get-
That's the whole thing with readers. You
Yeah.
know, they want to create that. I get that, but
Yeah.
end of the day, I still fuck Gabby. Like honestly, like just,
yeah,
like, honestly,
Gabby.
like-
Right,
Gabby's
Like-
you're exactly right, Luke.
Yeah.
But like that is what she's there for.
Yeah.
I
she's
think
gonna be like
you're
the
right.
next. She's gonna be like the next
Man,
heroine or something.
She
isn't she?
shot
Like,
off Erin's head.
But the thing is with Gabby is, and this is, well, I'm trying not to speak biasly, right? Because I love Sasha in that, right? The only thing with Gabby is I can accept the development. I just feel like it's one of the worst ones, though.
Yeah, I feel like it's forced.
It's very forced. Like, why is
Yeah,
she, like, she
I
had
agree.
nothing comparatively to, like, Sasha, and then you get those scenes where, like, she has Sasha behind her, like, representing Sasha, and it's like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
like it never happened with any other characters. Like, what? I don't know.
I
man. It's-
I completely agree with that. That is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it did not have did not have to happen for Gabby to come to any realization.
yeah.
No.
So, but yeah, I do agree. Like, Gabby is like a character we're going to see through probably.
Yeah.
And like,
the only thing I will say,
Jordan's
right?
a big
Yep.
go.
I was going to say something I wanted to mention earlier. What Iman said about the short life expectancy about Annie.
yeah.
Only way I can see that working out differently
It's
is
the
if something.
crystal.
No. Is if something happens, like with the Eren thing and that, even if everyone dies, if it does get rid of the Titan curse and that,
She'll still
she
have
could
it.
survive for longer
Exactly.
potentially.
If-
Potentially.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
but again, we don't know the cycle of the Titan curse will it end if they
Will
get
it
rid of-
end? Yeah, that's
Because the thing
the
is,
only way.
we don't truly know the founders. Because again, remember, don't forget the founders Titan, like Ymir. Her spirit still exists in that world.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw that especially
So
with the
that
kid when he.
so that curse could still be forever, for all we know.
Yeah.
Like
This is what I mean. Like
Yeah.
Levi and everyone talking about just going straight up and killing Eren doesn't solve any problems.
no,
No.
Like
because
you have
his-
to
Hmm.
get Eren to fix it. That's
Let
you know,
the
Exactly.
king
Yeah.
do what he wanted to do.
That's true, actually. In a way, like what Mikasa said, I kind of took it as like her saying like because she obviously doesn't want to kill him because it's Mikasa but Eren. But
Yeah.
actually, when I think back now, it could be potentially what she means as well.
Yeah.
It's that like
you can take it as both. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can take it as both. Yeah.
like she can
But
also,
either-
also
yeah.
want to do it because then it will, like you say, if she can get her on their side again, it will solve more problems than not. So
Because end of the day, history can repeat itself in the future easily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that
Mhm.
curse, like I said, all the powers will be reborn into other children. Like
Stuff like
something
that,
will
yeah.
happen. You know, I don't know.
Someone's gonna-
It's about
someone's
stopping
gonna-
the cycle of hate.
Exactly.
someone's gonna take him all the powers, whether it's Eren or Ymir or whatever, and they're gonna stay locked up in that path. That's good.
Don't be like. I still think Ymir is still going to intervene. The spirit.
Yeah, Ymir's still. I think Ymir's still
she's-
got something.
I
like,
still think
thing.
she's still dominant in terms of like manipulating him right now.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I
That
still
could
think
be
there's
it,
still.
in a way.
You know what I mean? Like
She's the one deluding him, his mind. A bit.
exactly. I think she's the one also putting the visions into him. Like
Yeah, yeah.
proper psyching him out. Like
It's
Mhm.
it's actually
Absolutely.
crazy that I've said all this stuff
Yeah.
about I don't expect happy endings, but I'm still probably the only person here that still fits hoping the most for a happy ending.
Well,
it's
I don't know if
Should
it'd
we
be-
should we finally get to the your big sadness news then?
well, we didn't even explain the bit. No, we didn't even explain the bit where someone
No,
cucks them.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Because this was in some ways
Don't
yeah,
even
Flosh.
say it.
Like,
Don't even say it. Stop. Nah, that's it. I'm done. I'm done.
No. The only satisfying thing was he's finally dead. Like that's like the only satisfying thing. But man, this guy just, god damn it! Like you know what I mean? Like
how he survived is absolutely
this man. This man.
Just
the tenacity.
Weasel. He's just a weasel.
He is a weasel. He's.
I really missed when I thought he was going to be a big character. Now, well, he was a big character, but in the wrong ways.
Yeah, me and Jordan have
doesn't
been
deserve to be a character.
hoping for Aaron and Flock to have some master plan up their sleeve for so long. For so long, we've been hoping.
We missed so hard.
Nah, this guy's trash from day one. He's not gonna change. He's weasel through and throughout. Like
this was a different time. I thought there was gonna be a master plan. I thought he was gonna be to get everyone on Aaron's side. I thought, oh, this is it. This is big brain Flotch.
Nah, there's not big brain.
The most we can say is what Lucas said. They had tenacity, but why did that get us?
Yeah, but again, the whole thing at the end. Why shoot the planes and that? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
he knew what he was doing.
Sake.
He was.
Like,
he knew what he was doing.
Like
that was big brain Flotch.
Scumbag.
Fucked him right over. He did fucking right over.
If I was there, I would just kicked him back into the water. You know what I mean? Like, why would they just like, you know what I mean? Just
yeah. You know what? Actually, the whole time I was thinking like, it's crazy that Hanjay, got a few Colossal Titans down.
Yeah.
But now I think about it, actually, it is hard, but it wouldn't have actually been that hard in terms of like, because I was thinking, wait, Aaron almost done it to Bert in the
right at the beginning.
Obviously, Bert has a brain.
So he has a conscience. But this one's like a mindless army of Colossal Titans controlled by Aaron. That's why it's easier to test because they didn't necessarily, because with Burhold obviously he could produce the heat anytime he wants, with
and he
skin,
wants, He can go back anytime he wants.
Whereas those they're like a more basic version of Colossal Titans, if that's a way of putting it.
Yeah, they're just mindless, basically.
Yeah, they're just mindless.
Okay, yeah. I just thought that. I was always wondering, like, Hanjay's pretty badass, and she is still pretty badass.
I mean, it's still a big feat to take down the Colossal Titans on her own like that, in that scenario, but like...
It was just eventually got too hot.
Yeah, she was melting.
Yeah, that was sad.
This is what I mean, like
that was
she went down a hero,
Yeah. Man, I fucking teared up, man. When I dedicate your heart bit, when I read
the thing
that
is,
bit, I
didn't expect it to happen there. You know what I mean? Like, that just I
can't lie to you, boys. For some reason, I thought
Hanjay was gonna survive.
I thought Hanjay was gonna make it. I thought Hanjay was gonna be one of the ones to make it.
Survive. Just because of how I think she would have been so important teaching people about the history, a bit like Annie. She was a person about science, not necessarily about.
She's like a human encyclopedia. That's what it is.
Yeah,
she has so much knowledge of the world.
I actually saw some of the other cadets dying before her, which is sad to say. But I thought people like Connie. I thought Connie was going to die after the Sasha thing. I thought Connie could have died. Like,
I
wasn't expecting Connie to survive as long as he has, because after he killed off Sasha, I was like, that's basically him making a statement that the cadets aren't safe.
Yeah.
Even the ones that you think have survived this long, and you think that's going to be the group, they're not all safe. Yeah, it's deep. There's only one left from the original scouts now.
Scouts, Levi. I can't believe he's one to survive, honestly.
Don't forget, Levi only has he has 2 fingers left.
Yeah,
like
I was so happy when he said I
he can still fight. I'm telling you now, Levi could fight like Zoro if he wanted to. Just have it in his mouth, just do the Beyblade shit. Because this man, he's the strongest human there is.
Yeah, he's such a goat. I feel like he will go right.
Yeah.
This is how I feel like, right? It's like, because we said he has like he's a lot of but I don't know how they're gonna do Zeke. Maybe because at the moment it's pretty pathetic. Like he could obviously easily kill Zeke. It depends on
Zeke is building sandcastles.
Yeah, it depends if
what would
in
you
a way of
think
like
gets Yumi?
Well, this is it. As if Aaron is now manipulating Zeke, so he does create kind of Zeke as well, like a kind of like as like an opponent for like Levi or whoever to face in some way. That's the only way I can see like a big climactic fight to that story.
Yeah,
but
Zeke's a bit of a greaser as well.
Oh yeah, he fucked up. I don't mind Zeke. I like him in that, right? But yeah, after
compared to when we first saw the Ape tie, and you think sort of.
No, I liked it all the way through. He just got outsmarted in the end, so he just got to take that L. He's done. He's dusted.
Mate, he's too gullible around. He's too gullible around Eren. That's what it was. End of the day.
Yeah, he thought he had too much power. He thought he'd done his plan the minute he got to the Ymir part.
I've never, ever seen anyone, not many characters are shook of him as a character. He is so scared of Levi. It's unbelievable.
Well, the man literally had a blade in his mouth at the end of the day.
But I meant like. He
understands.
He does such a great job to show how strong Levi is compared to him because of how petrified he is of him.
Levi, every time, always proves like you think, oh, this is going to be a tough fight for him, and it never is. It never is.
The man soloed the Ape Titan, like when he that alone shows you he's the strongest human there is. Like
he went up against the female Titan on your own, and you're thinking, oh shit, the whole of Levi.
And don't forget, he twist his ankle, broke his leg or whatever it was, like.
Yeah, because he had to protect Mikasa.
Yeah, exactly. And imagine him carrying Mikasa and still taking on the like.
And this is the thing though. But then you saw like Zeke take down Reina in his Titanfall.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. You're getting built this image of like him being like the strongest one.
Yeah.
So when it was Levi versus the Ape Titan, you're thinking, oh shit, this is gonna be a tough fight. Wipes him as well. Like
Levi's the true monster.
Levi cut up his arm like he was cutting Donami.
Yeah, and it's like, this is what I'm saying, right? It's like, then even me and Luke were saying before, we were kind of a bit gutted, like when he got done in, and now that he's in this situation, I would have been gutted if Isayama just kind of got rid of him there, because I'm like, that's such a big way to get rid of such a broken character that you've built.
He's like, obviously the way it's going, he will probably die, but he will probably carve a path. I think he would be like so. I think ultimately he'll probably carve the path for Mikasa and Armin. I think that's like whether he takes out, I don't know whether he takes out 10 or 20 Titans or whatever, like, you know what I mean? He'll be so pivotal for that moment.
Do you know what I feel? I feel like, so we were saying how he has like the most death flags. We can't believe he survived up to now, like after everything that's happened. And I feel like what Isayama's going to do is he's going to make him like the last death. So we're going to finally think he might make it, and he's going to be one of the last ones.
Do you know? Okay, here's a thought. Would you say the same thing as like, you know, when Erwin's arm got chomped and he's like, like he just told everyone, I want something like that. You know what I mean? Like, saying to Armin and Mikasa at the end.
I want a proper last fight struggle from Levi. If he goes down, I want him to go down.
Can we talk about the afterworld? With Hanj, that was so.
This is I was actually going to lead into this because I hope that when people do die, like they all have that like moment.
Yeah,
I hope that's like a regular thing.
Like,
that we've actually seen.
My internet cut out. Did you start talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about the afterworld. The afterworld.
Yeah.
No, like she's the only character who've gotten that, and she deserves it without a doubt.
And the fact that who picked her up as well, that was no like man protected her.
And everything.
Yeah, like protected her from Colossal Titan.
Her right hand man for years. That was such a good moment. I'm glad. I'm glad Erwin spoke to her, but I'm glad he was the one like to let her up and stuff.
Yeah, we forgot to we did forget to mention that. Sorry, that she did promote Armin to be the commander now.
Yeah.
And the fact that she even mentioned that you could use Levi however you want, that was amazing. Like
manhandle Levi.
What
was it? Yeah, like how she actually told them that she's going was just like there's sheer shock on their faces.
Even the moment would leave that moment with Levi and Hanj, honestly, that literally
that's the bit that got me. Really
that got me.
It's like, oh shit, this is real.
Yeah, and Levi never says stuff like this.
I've always seen her as like the mum of the group.
Yeah, she's like,
that's how I've always.
She's the one you can approach. Like, you don't want to approach Levi because you can tell he's going to kill you.
You saw that from everyone's reaction. Literally, everyone was fucking gutted. Like, you know, it was. That's so sad, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the afterworld. If you want to go back
to
that.
The afterworld, that was very wholesome. She deserved it.
There was Sasha in that little panel.
Yeah, you showed me that. I was like, I didn't even.
She's like facing the other way.
I was gonna say she's like turned away, isn't she? Yeah.
Yeah, she's facing the other way.
But the fact that you saw the whole scouts, honestly, like, shit.
I see. There's a part of me that's I think that Jean could survive.
Jean. Oh, I'm not saying anyone's.
I don't know. My vision is that Connie and Jean are gonna go down with Levi, like clearing the path.
Yeah,
I
hope so.
No, see, I think there's a chance that Levi could survive until the Eren bit, because of the whole interaction that Eren and Levi have always had.
Maybe.
I'm still.
Doesn't mean I'm not like I can't beat you up.
I just feel like I hope there's a moment like that, because as like a big fucking Levi stan, I want to see that, right? But the only character I can see other than Mikasa and Armin having like an interaction with him is Reina. So I feel like it's either going to be Mikasa and Armin or.
I feel like Reina's going to get take out a bit earlier. Just try to carve a path. I don't know. I feel like because ultimately, when if he goes into the Armor Titan form, you know what I mean. Just
I think Isayama has like tried to make too many parallels between them two. I don't know if he'll survive.
But then you can also talk about whether he communicates with Eren subconsciously as well.
Yeah, I can honestly see Reina being a big part of this end bit now.
Maybe it's hard to like it's hard to say how you're gonna.
You look at the museum we went to, Jordan. They
literally the exhibition,
made it parallel. They literally made.
You chose Reina or you chose Eren's path, and they parallel.
Reina, like that. Reina was the Marleyan Eren. Like that's literally it.
Yeah, I don't want to look too far into it, but it is kind of like he had full hands on that exhibition. He gave them the final audio from his chapter, like that he was gonna do. It's like so he had a big like hand in that fucking museum in Sayama. He knew the ending by that point.
Yeah, he literally.
So and it actually,
I really hope that last bit that we heard is the moment we hear.
Yeah. Now I think about Armin was in that bit.
It was
so Armin's definitely involved.
Armin will definitely be there. They'll have like it'll be like that scene when he was carrying the boulder.
I'm hoping it's the moment where Eren clicks. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that's why Armin does what he does, what we hear. Because I feel like maybe that's it. Or maybe Eren does something really bad, and that's what makes Eren click. Like
maybe he's already done something really bad. But...
No.
He took away. Yeah, obviously.
I meant, like,
he took away if he's trying to kill Armin on the spot or something.
Yeah, no. Imagine if like not being horror, like this would be like one of the saddest things ever. But what if it takes him like killing Mikasa for him to switch?
Well,
for him
I don't think.
I think Armin's more likely to die before Mikasa.
Well, I can see from that audio and like
not because of that audio, because I don't think that Armin's dying in that audio.
No, what I think is happening, or I think is going to happen, like something like this, right? Because of the audio, like where he's like shouting Eren's name. I think it's like it's what me and Luke were saying, and what we said in a previous podcast, I think, like in the last chapters one, where we said that so the world that he was in, Eren, when we last saw him in 131, was very similar to the Trost district when he was like in a fantasy world with all his family and everything. Yeah. And it took Armin stabbing him and like trying to communicate with him to wake him up, kind of thing. And it was Armin that got him out of that. So I'm thinking maybe that potential, like that last audio with him shouting Armin while the whole rumbling and stuff's like happening around. It could be post, like Armin gets him out of it, and Eren is basically about to somewhat like sacrifice himself or do something crazy to help, or like to level everything, basically to stop everything. And that's Armin shouting for Eren because he knows what he's about to do or something. That's my like your theory on it.
And you have the way like the whole series opened with like Eren in a field.
Oh, don't!
Dreaming, and then Mikasa wakes him up. You know, like that's another one.
So that's another theory, right? I don't know if you've heard about this, Lou, right? But a lot of the advertisement lately has been centered around that opening scene with Mikasa and Eren.
Okay.
And so someone pointed out, and I don't know if it's true because I don't remember it in the anime, but in the manga, apparently, one of the first comments he made to Mikasa was, "Oh, your hair's gotten longer." So everyone's like, someone's thought about like, what if it resets? So like Eren that wakes up.
Luke told me this when I saw him at the weekend. Yeah, he told me. So the
Eren thing like reset, so he's woke up like after everything's happened, basically, and it I would lose my shit if it's something like that.
Everyone comes back alive and happy ending.
I wanted to say one thing about the Reina parallel, and that was like it'd be pretty like well, not that's not the right word, poetic, I guess, but
yeah,
to see like Reiner, this guy who's basically wanted to try kill himself for the entire series, you know, survive and then actually enjoy life for a little bit, you know, that would be pretty poetic.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fucking mad. And then,
but I mean, that parallel like between him and Eren got like hammered home again in this chapter when he said like it was my fault that we continued the mission, because he said like both Annie and Bert would have preferred to have gone home, but he wanted to carry on,
keep going.
You know.
No, yeah, I agree.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
And it's like, I just think it'd be a good redemption story because Rainer's like Eren, but if Eren took every L in the book, so to see him get a dub at the end would be crazy.
He's got that Sajin treatment from Bleach.
Yeah, he's got that Sajin treatment. Oh.
Like, as I said to you lot, like, I have to say, like, my top, well, other than Eren, if we take Eren out of the consideration because he's the best character, right? Well, him and Levi are the best characters.
I was gonna say you can't say that without saying Levi.
What I was gonna say is my two favorite characters were Hanjay and Levi.
Yeah.
And I have, like I said to you before, all jokes aside, obviously, but like I do feel like Hanjay's death is like one of the nicest deaths that we've seen. Like,
it was like definitely one of the most emotional, like to like
yeah.
It was the wholesome one, at the end.
But it was like he gave her a nice death.
She went out in a glory blaze, isn't it? Like
she died in a completely satisfying way, but for fuck's sake, it was Hanjay. Like
is that mentally you're not ready for that to happen at that moment?
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting it. That's why it caught me so off guard.
The thing, I was spoiled that someone was gonna die, like from Annie Twitter, but like I didn't realize it was gonna be her, like just like that.
Mad.
But yeah, like I have like all jokes aside, as much as it did hurt, like I do appreciate that at least she died in a good way. Like it wasn't a.
It was like it wasn't like a Mika death or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like.
It wasn't a Mika death.
It
wasn't even like a Sasha death. I'm not being funny, but like when Sasha died, it was kind of like she died and it didn't get to move on. We got a nice Connie bit, but then it was just sad. Like all of it was sad. Like there was no happiness from it. Like I got back. The chef went fucking insane because they might have potentially been lovers and stuff. But now we've got like in the end, I guess it turned out okay because everything with the family and everything, like with Sasha's death, like you were saying before, Luca. But the whole Hanjay bit, actually, her getting to see Mobile again, like we just never seen anything like that wholesome in.
No, that's what I mean.
Before, like brutal human,
mate.
Like, just cold.
She's talking so casually to Owen, like I can't believe maybe Kimada is so difficult being, you know, like she's like bantering with him. You know what I mean? Like but like she's also accepted like so I'm dead now. Like she's in the other world now. Like
it was such a good last line and stuff, and like seeing everyone, that was mad.
What did she say? She just said, "I want to go out with a bang," and you know she did that. Like
she did that.
So,
that's what I mean.
She talks about how interesting her last lines, like how interesting she finds Titans.
Yeah.
She's always been that. That is Hanjay, like in a nutshell. She was always interested in dissecting Titans and things, like, you know, her stuff.
When you first met her, she was obsessed with Titans.
Yeah.
So
she would dissect Titans no matter what. Like, you know what I mean? That's her thing.
I love that panel when she's just surrounded by the Colossal Titans. She's just like
she's just fangasming. She's just fangasming.
Yeah. It was like, oh my god, it's such a perfect line.
She doesn't actually realise she could die in that kind of moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? When she did that.
I feel like we're talking about old Hanjay moments. One of my favourite bits is, you know, when I think it's series 2, and they're going against the like fake royals, and she dodges the bullet at like point blank.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was like, Jesus Christ, someone.
She's so sick.
Oh my god.
That
was so.
And we can't forget she was still part of the Survey Corps. She wasn't just assigned. She wasn't like a technology.
She was one of the top members.
She was still one of the top members.
Because even when she first got introduced with Levi, when Levi took out everyone, and that was just after that arc where you saw everyone get murdered, and you see these boys running around like anime characters.
Exactly.
And then you have like Sasha just taking the not Sasha, Hanjay just taking the piss out of this Titan even.
Yeah. She's very excited taking out Titan. You know what I mean? Like she's like
very casual about fighting them. And
like everyone like most characters, they have a fear of dying when they're fighting Titans. She's like nah.
She was the most free, so she represented the Survey Corps. Oh,
she was the nutcase of them lot in that sense. Yeah. But yeah.
I can't believe she's not me in it.
But yeah, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we've covered a lot of it, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's like.
Oh wait,
we go. It's like hour. We're almost an hour and 45 minutes now. Yeah, so.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
So another long one.
Should we keep the Hanjo appreciation going for another 15 minutes then?
Just level it out.
No. Aaron is going to bring everyone back to life anyway in like a time travel.
I will definitely give us a happy ending.
Cool.
This isn't Dragon Ball where you gather them up, summon Shenron.
in all fairness, say if that is true, Lucas just muted his mic. Say if that is true, like if that is potentially a thing where he basically resets it all.
It's like I'm not doing that.
No, he's not doing that.
I feel like that's too easy to.
What I was thinking, like, what if this like other side is them waiting to just be like they're just stuck in a limbo at the minute?
Yeah, who knows? I honestly don't think we'll ever get that bit explained. I think that was just maybe even in Hanjo's head.
Like I said,
nice.
Unless ultimately, unless if you can end the cycle of Yumia's curse and all that, then like if somehow like everyone still dies, but like that cycle ends, then everyone
literally,
else.
The most wholesome ending I could think of, which me and Luca were saying about, was that whole reset thing. If he goes back to like he wakes up and he does everything, but Isayama ain't gonna give us a happy ending. He even said in the interview at that exhibition that he wants the readers to feel sadness by the end. So
because it's just too much just happened to make it too easy to reset. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's too cliche. It's too cliche to make it like everything back to normal. Like he might get like a little scene or like a moment of the world could have been like this.
Yeah,
but
in the wise words of Barrett, nothing is won without sacrifice.
Exactly, and we really lost too many from his team.
I feel like potentially like the last idea I had of a happy ending was like when I knew it was going to happen was when Sasha died. It's not like that is when it all started for me. So I was like, I wanted them all to survive. That was my main happy ending. Yeah, and now that after one went, I was like, okay, that means more are gonna go.
Because they avoided like a lot of the main cast, like as much as like what we were saying, even like the Mika death was like savage.
Yeah,
it was like he still wasn't like a Levi or a Han.
No, he wasn't like the main, but it's still like
it was like the most main one at that point.
Yeah,
and then obviously everything's went downhill since then. So
it's just
maybe the closest.
It's just let's just say being a scout is just you'll never have a happy ending being a scout. Like it's always.
And Hans, it was Hans, wasn't it?
Yeah. When you got that one was just like
that one hit.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time he was like properly trying to fight a Titan.
To be fair,
like
for an anime that has so many deaths in it, all of his deaths hit. It's not just like they get a little bit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the man knows how to fight
in different ways, isn't it? Like we
saying, like, do you know
Mika's one was just trauma.
You know which the trauma ones are the worst ones because they're like they come back to reality. They're like, oh shit, I'm actually gonna die. Like help me, someone save me. You know what I mean? Like
Marco's one is
was horrible. That was just
horrible. Yeah. That's what I mean though. So many of the deaths have been like you just said, so human, like human trauma.
Yeah.
And Hanjo's one's just kind of the most. I want to say like most anime one. Like
it's like she like literally she's like,
which is nice.
I feel like it's the most like I could imagine be related to like a war scene. Someone that enjoys that sort of stuff.
Maybe
one thing I do want to point out, she wasn't exactly screaming in pain or anything. You know, like she was on fire. You know, her whole body was on fire. You know what I mean? Like.
Not even Erwin got that. Do you know what I mean? Like I suppose.
No, but with Erwin's one, it was more like his determination to see it through. Like he
was the devil.
He was the devil.
Yeah.
He thought that of himself.
But he
like he constantly lied to people.
But he did it for the great good in some ways. You know what I mean? Like,
that was it. Like, he knew that though. He was manipulating in that way.
He had to lie, otherwise they would never get anywhere.
He is the best leader in that show, like hands down. Like no one got to that level.
No one could have used those people he had at that point better, like got us as far kind of thing.
Like, think of
like even at that point, like even if you say like Armin, like Armin wouldn't have used the soldiers in that way. And
no, because he's too kind-hearted to do that.
Yeah, Armin would. I would say Armin is smarter, but Erwin is a better motivational leader. Like
motivational, and
it's not even just that. I think
it's like you just said about kind-hearted.
He's
he's
a proper leader. Erwin is a leader. He will do the dirty job if he has to.
He knows there's a means to an end. He knows there's a means to an end, and for them to win, people had to die.
Well, think of it like this: that small team had to take on 3 Titans, like Titan shifters. Considering they barely struggled to take down when they broke down into Trost and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like.
Marco said the same thing about Jean in like the early series.
That was so good, that one. Yeah, he said
he praised him for being able to move past death. You know,
I do think he has the leadership qualities.
Jean was going to be a commander.
I think Jean is kind of like a commander of like smaller people.
It's for his own kind of like
in a situation because like that's what Marco was saying.
Best now.
We saw it against the fight against Butthole. Like the quick snap decision, wasn't it? Like,
decisions,
That's
and
what,
it's like, that's what,
that's the difference between him and Armin. Yeah, he did say that, didn't he? Like,
Marco was trying to say how Jean is like a normal foot soldier. Like he is seen as like a normal foot soldier, especially at that first series. Yeah, and that the fact that like he's clever because he knows what everyone's feeling in their shoes at that point, and he can use that in a like an advantage like kind of way.
Yeah, he can manipulate it if he wants to.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what Erwin did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the same nutshell.
I think Jean, like if they survived, Armin couldn't be the commander on his own. Jean would be like the lieutenant, and he'd do that side of the job. Like if that makes sense. I think there'd have to be like a balance between the two of them.
I kind of think Jean is kind of almost the site leader. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
like you have the manager, you have the captain. Like
Armin's a tactician. Like he's just very smart.
Jean will be there, and if like you just said, like
he's the voice.
Iman, snap decisions.
Exactly.
Like, in that colossal fight and stuff.
Exactly.
He's the one for you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
but I mean, ultimately, you would hope that you wouldn't need people like that.
Like that,
series.
But unfortunately, in that series, you have to have people like that.
That was Erwin's goal. Erwin was like, eventually, we won't need people anymore. We'll need people like Armin to be leaders, not.
Yeah, he did want Armin to. He did see that in Armin.
And in general, and this is why Levi also decided as well, not just because obviously Erwin, not the thing away. Armin at that point as well had a more long-term goal. He had like the ultimate goal of like wanting to see the world, whereas Erwin was just his motivation almost like his major motivation was just as far as the cellar. Yeah,
exactly, the basement.
Basement. Sorry.
Yeah.
So after that, like maybe the thing is though, I still feel like this might be the thing, but Erwin, if he had found the basement, may have then went on to. But
that's what I'm saying. He probably the thing is that already explained the outside world. Maybe that could have been the next thing. He kind of like what Armin wants, like obviously pursue the outside world.
But then obviously.
But it's just a shame he never got to see the truth.
That is
the saddest thing. Like, if you at least got to see the truth, then you know what I mean.
Yeah, he would have finally like been in his own mind, like kind of.
I mean, let's not forget he could have still survived, depending on Aaron's decision at the time as well.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like,
Do you know what's like? Do you know what really amazes me? Like, I know we're gonna end it soon, but I'll never forget when I was at uni watching this with Jordan, and you know the series with Kenny.
To
Levi.
Kenny.
That when that was coming out, me and Jordan were like, "What if Levi became a
Titan?" That would be too much.
Like, would you actually remember that? And then we saw the end when obviously they teased it, and it was like the Eren.
That shit sent me into meltdown. That was when I had to read it.
Are you talking about the preview they showed at the end of that? Yeah, like when they saw like all the blood and shit.
Yeah, but before that preview, the end of the series is obviously when you see Kenny gives him the syringe.
Yeah, the glimpse.
And then like the next bit you see is that, and then because Jordan was like, "What if he actually became a Titan?"
Yeah.
That sent Jordan into meltdown mode.
You didn't read the manga at that point, did you? I remember.
Jordan.
No,
I remember you asked me. Okay, yeah, because I remember you did ask me who makes the decision.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, it's actually happening because
how far from that moment.
But the thing is, you have to understand. I read the manga a while ago as well. And like I was like, I was just waiting for this to be animated. I was like, and obviously they took the massive break, didn't they?
Like, that bit, I feel like was yesterday. And now I look at where we are now.
Do you
and I'm like,
do you remember your audio? It made it look like your audio was like screwing up.
Yeah,
because it's like it almost looked like the video player was just crashing or whatever. Yeah,
you know, when you see like a TV fuzz.
Yeah,
it was like
good old thing. But anyways, we're gonna wrap it up there. Very, very wholesome. 100 went out. Glory Blaze.
Yep.
Glad she saw the off flush. She saw Mobley, and she saw the whole scouts. Yeah. Well, either way. We're almost getting near to an end now of the series. Like you could tell the end game is coming. Like it's almost there,
We're getting there, boys.
And we don't know how it's gonna go, but yeah. If you enjoy that, comment, rate, subscribe. Check out other anime reaction reviews, and we'll see you later.
Peace.
Rip hand.
Yeah.
Take care.